Hey everyone. Hey dear eternal brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. Yesterday and today I've been on this website. It's Forbes website, right? That's a magazine and obviously a website. And I've just been going over billionaires. People that have over $1 billion, that's a lot of money. Like that, I'm not against people having money. But the world is out of whack. The world is rigged. The world isn't just like everyone just naturally God-given talented and deserves these things. These people are sold out, and I'll show you that in a couple of photos, and it's up to you to decide if I'm showing you the truth or if I'm stretching or reaching a little bit here. So far, I've looked at 100 and I don't cover them all, obviously, but I've gone through, I don't check each one, but sometimes I just have a feeling about like what their source is, like where they work and what they do, or just by the look of them, honestly, sometimes, because I've been doing this for a while. I'm like, that guy looks like he throws up the signs, honestly. So I've looked at 130 different billionaires, and I'm only down to the 14. It's just going down, right? We were in the hundreds of billions. Now we're at 14 billion. Oh, these poor people, only $14 billion. There's over 130 billionaires. Like, there's way more than that, I'm sure, but these are the famous ones, right, that get put on Forbes. The world is so, like, well, it's fallen, it's biblical, and, like, the economic state of the world is absolutely ridiculous, right? There's a lot of homelessness problems. There's a lot of in third world countries, I don't know if that's a correct term to use nowadays, but there's a lot of conflict in countries where a lot of people don't have the chance to get money, right? Because they live in an oppressed world, in a suppressed world. So let's look at a couple people like Leon Black. Now, I just was focused on him. Leon Black, right? Private equity. I don't know exactly what that means, but he works with that. And $14.4 billion is his net worth. Lawsuit accusing billionaire Leon Black of the R word in Jeffrey Epstein's mansion is dropped. Well, someone that has more than $1 billion gets off of a charge? No way, that never happens in this world. I'm being very sarcastic. This kind of stuff happens all the time. A lot of people can just buy their freedom. I don't know if the New York Post is being accurate about these charges here, but all of these billionaires were hanging around with Jeffrey Epstein, right? Jeffrey Epstein, if you're in the truth community, you know about him and his private island of disgustingness, right? I know a lot of people don't want to think about this and they just want to live their life and not be bothered by this stuff, but you should care. You should care that the world is run like this. If you're not angry at the world, you're not paying attention. There's a lot of things that the average person, if they knew the truth, they'd be a truther and they'd help out and they'd expose the darkness. Why don't more people do that? Some of it's because people are selfish, they don't have the fear of God, and they don't think this stuff is important. It gets thrown in with the conspiracy theory stuff, and like I keep saying, most people just go, I'm a good person, I'm just going to live my best life, and not really care about this stuff because it's strange and, right? It gets tiresome, brothers and sisters, not having more people wake up to this stuff. So Leon Black, right, he had an appointment on the Epstein Island, and he got his charges here that were dropped. Oh, he's doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Once more, I know people can rest their hands like this. I've seen it in real life from people that I know aren't sold out to the devil. But you have to ask yourself, let's say there's 30 to 50 or more or less photos of a person online. It's not just Google, it's Pinterest and Getty Images. There's other websites that have different photos. So it's not just Googling these people. But if you can find just one picture of this and you find it again on another person and again on another person, sometimes you can really tell when they're just posing, looking at the camera and clearly doing it and pressing it to their lips and that kind of thing, right? Some people would just say, you're looking too much far into this. Who cares if he's a billionaire? Who cares if he had our charges against him? He's doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra here. Is it really a coincidence that I'm able to find this again and again, day after day after day? Or do these people do this like, they probably pose like this in photos, and they probably just do it to kind of flex, right? He's flexing. You guys like Nutella? I don't mind Nutella. I don't have it very often. It's a little sweet and whatever, but it's fine. And Ferrero Rocher chocolate, come Christmas time, I've had a few of those with the family. Giovanni Ferrero, the founder of Ferrero Rocher and Nutella, right? He's a multi-billionaire as well. And he's doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra with his hands there. I know some videos I make aren't like the best. Like, it's just kind of like, if a person stumbles upon one video, they're like, what are you talking about, guy? And I get that. I understand. But I make videos daily, sometimes multiple times a day, and I show the same thing basically over and over and again. I really like to talk about biblical cosmology because it's the truth, and a lot of people are going to find out one day, and they're going to go, sorry about that, Christians that knew that and were trying to tell us. We were defending Satan's big ball of lies with evolution and the Big Bang Theory and blah, blah, blah. I hate the world because it's a big lie, right? People don't care. Best life now. Who cares if the earth is flat and motionless and domed and the Bible says so, right? That's what made me know that Jesus and the Bible are real. I don't want to always bring that up because I know some people don't like it. They're tired of me talking about it, but that's too bad because this is a truth channel and I'm trying to tell people the truth about things that I was able to wake up in these ways. God opened my eyes to the biblical world, and with help from brothers and sisters, I'm able to see these signs, symbols, and agendas and see clearly that they are antichrist. Giovanni Ferrero. Let's see. Giovanni Ferrero. What's his net worth? Oh, he's only got $43 billion for making some chocolate hazelnut spread. Right? Like, this world is absolutely insane. And what do these people do? Very subtle sometimes, signs, symbols, and agendas that they have to do. I think they have to do them, and I think they like doing them. If you've heard of the term duper's delight, right? Those stupid, like, they probably think the average person is just an absolute moron, not worth any of their time of day. And I don't think they care about people. They care about money, and people that love money, and that's the root of all evil. And who's saying that? Oh, God, the creator of everything. God's going to be wrong about that, right? Putting that in his word so we know that people are like this. People aren't good. People are sinners, and they're bad. Do they do good things and act nice at times? That happens, of course. But you have to understand, God is measuring them with his perfection, with his holiness and righteousness. We fall so short of that. It's like it's a joke to even have to say that, but a lot of people don't get that. So once again, billionaire Leon Black, Epstein much, and this word right here, I'm not saying it like I don't have a problem saying that word, but the algorithm, like YouTube like buries stuff like that and doesn't promote it if you're like, they can flag you. And YouTube has enough censorship as it is. YouTube hates the truth and Christians and Jesus. YouTube is not on our side, right? Jeffrey Epstein, people visiting his island with billions of dollars and then being accused of something and then dropping the case and stuff and doing an Uttara Bodhi Mudra pose, making some hazelnut chocolate spread and doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra pose. I know so many people think I'm just off the deep end and just a crazy person, and why do I make these videos in the first place? But there's a lot of people too that know what I'm talking about is true. And a lot of us try hard to wake people up. Why? Because we care. We care about the truth. We care about saving souls. We care about having Jesus promoted in a good way so people go, he's obviously the way, the truth, the life. I better get to know him. I better read his word to know and to stand on the solid rock and foundation. We're living in the last days. A lot of people won't believe that because people will say, Christians have been saying that forever. The rapture, that's never going to happen. We're living in the last days where look at how information is nowadays. You can spend your time researching, reading the Bible, and exposing darkness, or you can watch Mr. Beast and blah, blah, blah. And I just said Mr. Beast because he's very popular. I'm sure he's a billionaire too, but Or a millionaire, poor him, probably just a millionaire. But brothers and sisters, again, having money, we all need it to survive in this world, right? It's nice to have nice things. I'm not saying that, but when you know the truth of things and how horrible the world is and that you could die tomorrow or today, your next breath could be your last, shouldn't you get right with God? Shouldn't you get right with Jesus Christ because he's God? Shouldn't you do good works for him so, you know, don't you want to be a good and faithful servant to God, the one that knitted you together in your mother's womb and knows you so personally? He knows every hair on your head. He created an earth for us, and he created an earth where he's literally right above us, not out in the galaxy cosmos, none of that stuff. Knowing God is close makes my relationship with him even closer because I know he's not that far away. I can feel him being not that far away from me. And his word is true, and I trust it. I do not trust man and woman. They're proven liars. People lie all the time. People like, anyways, I'll stop ranting on this one. I'll say again that I don't hate the people I feature on this channel. I hate the world, and that's a good thing if you're a Christian because God says if you love the world, the love of the Father God is not in you. Why do I hate the world? Because it's lying to people. Who's running it? Liars and deceivers. People that are sold out to the devil, literally. I don't believe that. That's crazy. I don't even believe in Satan. I believe in God, but I'm making him up in my head. People do that. People say, I'm picking and choosing parts of the Bible I want to believe, even though the Bible is a literally true book. It's more than a book. It's living and breathing. We're living it right now. It's God breathed. Brothers and sisters, everyone else, God bless you.